It's 12:47 a.m. You're still awake. Not because you want to be, because your body won't let go, even though everything in you is begging for rest. You're lying there, staring at a ceiling you've stared at 100 nights before, and your mind is doing the thing it always does at this hour, replaying, questioning, wondering. Why am I still so tired? Not tired like you didn't sleep enough, tired in a way that sleep doesn't touch. You've tried early nights. You've tried cutting things out. You've tried telling yourself it's just a phase, just a busy season, just something that will pass once things calm down. But it hasn't passed. It's been months now, maybe longer. And somewhere in the last hour, lying here in the dark, a thought slipped in that you didn't invite. What if something is wrong with me? I want to stop you right there, before you go further down that road, because that thought is a lie, and I need you to hear that clearly before we go any further. Nothing is wrong with you. Something is being rebuilt in you, and rebuilding is heavy work, even when you're not the one doing it, even when it feels like nothing is moving at all. You don't feel it happening while it's happening. That's part of what makes it so hard. You can't point to a moment and say, this is when I started changing. It doesn't announce itself. It just sits underneath everything, quietly reshaping you while you go about your ordinary days. You go to work the same way, you cook dinner the same way, you show up to church, sit in the same pew, sing the same songs. From the outside, nothing looks different, but inside, something is shifting, slowly enough that you can't feel it move, the way you can't feel the earth turning, even though it never stops. That's what makes this season so hard to explain to anyone else. There's no event to point to, no before and after photo, just a quiet, invisible weight that sits on your chest some mornings, and a tiredness that doesn't match anything you can name. But invisible doesn't mean untrue. Just because you can't see the work being done doesn't mean the work isn't real. Think about the last time you scrolled through your phone before bed. You saw it, didn't you? Someone's engagement post, someone's new house, someone's "grateful for this season" caption with a picture that made your chest tighten just slightly. You liked it. You meant it, mostly. But underneath, something quieter stirred. Why not me? Why does my life still look the same? You didn't say it out loud. You never do. You closed the app, set your phone face down, and stared at the ceiling instead. That's where you are right now, isn't it? In the stillness, in the waiting, in the version of your life that hasn't caught up to the version you imagined. You had a picture once, a timeline, even if you never wrote it down, certain things by a certain age, certain milestones you thought would arrive on schedule, the way they seemed to arrive for everyone else. And when they didn't come, you started keeping score in silence, watching other people's lives move like a current, while yours stayed still, like water caught behind something you couldn't see. I'm not here to tell you to stop feeling that. I'm here to tell you what that feeling actually means. It doesn't mean you're doing life wrong. It doesn't mean God forgot about you while He remembered everyone else. It means you're comparing a finished chapter of someone else's story to the middle of yours, and the middle never looks like the ending. It's supposed to look unfinished. That's what makes it the middle. You're not watching their whole story. You're watching a highlight, a single frame pulled out of years you know nothing about. What you don't see is their own quiet nights, their own version of this ceiling, their own version of this question. Everyone has one. You just don't see it because nobody posts the waiting. I know what the waiting feels like, so let me say the quiet part plainly. It feels like nothing is happening. It feels like you're standing still while everyone else moves. It feels like your prayers are landing somewhere you can't see, with no proof they were ever received. But think about this for a second. You don't see a seed growing underground. There's no visible movement, no sound, no sign of life from where you're standing. And yet, underneath the surface, in the dark, In the place no one is watching, everything necessary for growth is happening. Roots are forming, foundations are setting. That's not stillness, that's preparation. If you dug up that seed right now, out of frustration, out of impatience, out of the need to see proof that something was working, you would ruin the very thing you're waiting for. The growth needs the dark. It needs the waiting. It needs the part where nothing seems to be happening at all. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." Not far from you in this tiredness, near, closer than you think, in the exact moment you feel most alone with it, closer than he was in the seasons when everything felt easy, because nearness was never about how good your life looked. It was always about how close he stayed when it didn't. Here's something worth sitting with. There's a difference between being tired because you're falling apart and being formed because you're being formed. Falling apart feels chaotic, scattered, like nothing is holding, like everything is slipping through your hands no matter how tightly you grip. Being formed feels heavy too, but underneath the heaviness, there's something quieter holding steady, a sense that you are still you, even in the wear, even in the ache. You might not feel strong right now. That's okay. You don't have to feel strong for the rebuilding to be real. Philippians 1:6 says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." Not you, him. That word carry matters more than you might realize tonight. You have been trying to carry all of this yourself. The waiting, the comparison, the unanswered questions, the exhaustion that doesn't make sense on paper. You have been trying to hold your career together, your relationships together, your faith together, your body together, all while nobody was holding you. But the verse doesn't say you will complete the work in yourself. It says he will. Your part isn't to force strength you don't have. Your part is to let him hold what you can't carry right now. Let that sink in for a moment. You are allowed to stop gripping so tightly. You are allowed to set some of it down. Maybe tonight you're tired of hearing, "Just trust God," without anyone explaining what that actually looks like when you're this exhausted. So let me try to make it simple. Trusting him in this season doesn't mean pretending you're not tired. It doesn't mean forcing a smile you don't feel, or pushing through until you burn out completely. It means letting the tiredness be honest, admitting it, sitting with it, while still believing that it's not the end of your story. It means resting with guilt, even when you feel like you should be doing more. It means letting go of the timeline you wrote for your life and trusting the one being written for you instead. It means allowing this season to look unfinished without deciding unfinished means failed. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven." This season, this waiting, it's a season, not your whole life, a season. And seasons by nature change. The ground that looks empty in winter is not empty. It is resting, the way you are resting, even when rest doesn't feel restful yet. I want you to think back to that same quiet ceiling you've been staring at tonight. The same one from earlier. The one that has heard every unspoken question. What if, instead of another night of silent questions, you let this be the night something shifts? Not around you. Nothing outside has to change yet. Just something inside. What if you stopped asking God to explain the timeline and started asking him to meet you in the waiting instead? What if the exhaustion you've been trying to fix is actually the very evidence that he's already working? Not absent, not silent, working, quietly, carefully, in a place you can't fully see yet. You don't have to understand the whole process to trust that it's happening. You just have to stop believing the lie that your tiredness means you're doing something wrong. You're not. You're being rebuilt. And rebuilding, real rebuilding, the kind that lasts, was never going to be fast. If it happened overnight, it wouldn't be strong enough to hold what's coming next. If you're the kind of woman who's been holding it together for everyone else while falling apart quietly on the inside, I see you. If you're tired of pretending you're fine when you're really just surviving each day, I see you. If you've been comparing your life to everyone else's, wondering why yours feels so delayed, I see you. If you've prayed the same prayer so many times you've started to wonder if it's even reaching anywhere, I see you. You are not lazy. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being formed into someone stronger, steadier, and more whole than you were before this season started. And that kind of forming takes time. It takes rest. It takes trust, even when nothing around you has changed yet. It takes letting go of the version of your life you thought you'd have by now and slowly opening your hands to the one being built instead. You are allowed to grieve the version of your life you thought you'd have by now. That grief is real, and it doesn't make you ungrateful. It just means you're human, holding both hope and disappointment at the same time, the way most honest faith actually looks up close. But grief and trust can live in the same season. You can miss the plan you had and still believe the one being written is better, even before you can see it clearly. So tonight, when you finally close your eyes, let this be the thing you carry with you instead of the questions. This exhaustion is not the sign that something is wrong. It is the sign that something sacred is happening, quietly, beneath the surface, exactly where you are. You don't have to rush this. He's not rushing either. He is not ever anxious about your timeline. He is not worried that you're taking too long or wondering if he should hurry up and finish. He is steady, patient, and fully present in every slow, tired night you've spent wondering if he's still there. He is. He was there at 12:47 a.m. when you couldn't sleep. He was in the car, in the unfinished prayers, in every quiet night you thought no one noticed. He hasn't looked away once, not for a single moment of this long, unfolding season, even when it felt like he was distant and far off. Rest in that tonight. And if this spoke to something in you, stay close. There's more truth like this coming your way, gently, in its own time, just like everything else worth waiting for. No pressure to feel better by morning, no rush to have it figured out by the time the sun comes up. Just come back whenever you feel ready, and let's keep walking slowly and gently through this quiet, sacred, unfinished, beautiful season together.